What it do, DG crew? DG squad. DG squad stand up. Hey man, this comeback should have been impossible. Jimmy Harwell video. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Wait. The Spurs didn't come back though. The Knicks is up 3-1. Is he talking about the 29-point comeback? I think he's talking about the 29-point comeback.
Going down 3-1.
I think the Spurs low-key might come back though.
In the NBA Finals is virtually a death sentence. Throughout the 79 final series in NBA history, 38 of them reached the dreaded 3-1 deficit, and only one team has come back from it.
Because of fucking bad refereeing, you know, and things like that, like injuries. They don't, bro. Come on, bro. We all know that damn Cavs shit is fucking rigged.
And with that being the case, it was imperative that the San Antonio Spurs won Game 4 on Wednesday night in Madison Square Garden to prevent going down 3-1 in the series and give themselves a real chance to win an NBA title. And that's exactly what they were on track to doing. Through the first half of Game 4, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs put together arguably their best half of the entire season. Record-breaking efficiency, stifling defense, and a first half of basketball so dominant that it earned them the third largest lead going into the half in the history of the finals. 76-49, a 27-point chasm separating them and the New York Knicks. An impossibly large deficit for the Knicks to overcome. In fact, the largest comeback ever achieved in the finals was 24 points. So, barring literally the worst half of basketball in the history of the finals, the Spurs were all but guaranteed to tie up the series going back into San Antonio with the wins at their back and all the momentum leading into Game 5. What transpired over the next 24 minutes of game time was literally the worst half of basketball in the history of the finals.
It's gone! With 1.2 remaining! Let's take the lead!
Game winning block! This nigga OG is fucking LeBron James, bro. He's fucking LeBron James, bro.
Believe it! The greatest comeback in
and Kawhi Leonard, bro. Like, literally, like, they used to play on the same team on the Raptors. Even back then, I was like, bro, that nigga got defense. I didn't know he was gonna be an offensive player like this. Like, he's just a good 3-and-D wing. He turned the 3-and-D wing into a fucking damn near finna win Finals MVP, bro. Like, this shit is crazy, man.
Today's video is sponsored by Sport Fund, and you ought to eat.
And he got defense too, bro. Clutch. And bro, y'all, like, this nigga has been hitting clutch, like, corner threes. Like, if you need a shot, like, he's always making that shit, bro. If you been watching the Knicks, bro, when it's time, like, at the end of the game, bro, they need a clutch three. This nigga, OG, they give it to OG, he make that bitch, like, 85% of the time, bro. Like, this nigga is so clutch.
What you are looking at is a graph of the live win probability from Game 4 of the NBA Finals, according to Unpredictable.com. The San Antonio Spurs played so well in the first half that by the end of the first quarter, the Knicks' win probability was already just 17.6%. By halftime, the Knicks' win probability fell to just 1.5%. And with about 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, their probability of winning this game was just 1%.
Wow.
1%.
And they came back and won. They
Unfortunately for the Spurs, basketball is more than just a game of probability.
It really is, man. Clutchness, like me, bro. I'm just clutch just like that too. I had a couple clutch comebacks, bro. What the fuck? It went down.
This, ladies and gentlemen, right, is a visual representation of the greatest comeback in the history of the finals, and quite possibly the history of the NBA.
Bro, I'm so mad, bro. I missed possibly the greatest game, one of the greatest finals games of all time, because my fucking job didn't want to give up to VTO on the right day.
Because with the
I was
Knicks
waiting to watch that game, bro. I was ready to get that VTO, man.
On Wednesday night wasn't
and
just
I couldn't because I had to work. I missed the fucking game.
How in the world
Amazon.
did the Knicks pull this off? Well, you have to see it to believe it.
Elvin Johnson goes in hard. Can't get it, the tip misses.
The first signs of a catastrophic meltdown by the Spurs all started right about here. With just under 9 minutes left in the third quarter, down 27, Josh Hart brings the ball down the court and feeds OG Anunoby for an easy dunk. The Knicks playing with a tangible sense of urgency considering their circumstance. The Spurs rebuttal.
Chucking threes, bro.
A contested 25-footer 4 seconds into the shot clock. Tim Legler was on the call, and his commentary on this possession could not have been more spot on.
And right now, Mike Brown doesn't mind those quick threes by the Spurs. Even if they go in, you want to speed this game up to give your team more possessions.
Just moments later, Jalen Brunson hits a three, putting the Knicks on a 7-0 scoring run, while Taylor Swift cosplays as an actual Knicks fan. Spurs call a timeout. Their game plan still intact. For now. Just a couple possessions later, after a miss from Brunson, the Spurs come down and get into a two-man game with Wemby setting a screen for De'Aaron Fox. Wemby pops out, and Fox passes the ball to absolutely no one. Knicks ball, we're going the other way. Fortunately for San Antonio, the Knicks do not convert on this possession, so the Spurs have a chance to come down and extend their lead back up to 25. With another deep, wildly contested three-pointer that, of course, doesn't fall. The Knicks, on the other hand, come down, move the ball around until they find OG in the corner for this open look. The lead now down to 19. Knicks find OG in the corner for...
I mean, I just don't get it. Why you not helping out on OG? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like damn near one pass away because Josh Hart is basically ineffective in his play right here. So it's basically like a one pass from Cat to OG. You know, you're not worried about anybody driving, because Hart is like all the way down there. Cat and Brunson are all the way up there. You need to close under the 3-point line.
This open look.
You want them to take twos. You don't want them to take threes. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Now down to 19.
40%
Knicks on a 10-0 run. At this point, one can only assume the Spurs will probably stop shooting early shot clock threes and really get into their half-court offense, right?
Points Brunson with 22. They've got 44 to 62. Johnson wide open. Can't hit.
Right. Well, at least on the next possession, the Spurs do a better job at getting into something that resembles a coherent offensive set.
Fox step back three.
It's another highly contested step back three. And another miss. What's worse than another missed three?
These niggas just so, bro.
Tries a three.
Giving up another three on the other end.
Just 27 seconds later.
The Knicks now on a 13-0 run.
You gotta blame the coach
Eventually,
too,
the
bro.
Spurs
You gotta blame the coach for the Knicks.
Back on track and maintained their lead over the next 6 minutes. Slowly working down the clock and holding off the Knicks, which in and of itself was a miracle considering how poorly they were playing. Throughout the third quarter, the Spurs attempted 20 shots. They hit 4 of them. In fact, they had more turnovers than they did made shots in the quarter. At the start of the quarter, the Spurs had a 27-point lead. By the end of it, their lead was just 15. But that was some of the worst basketball the Spurs have played all season, especially considering the first half they just put up. It would take an unprecedented, horrific collapse to follow up that
and that's exactly what happened, bro. Them niggas got their ass white like shit on toilet paper.
Quarter.
Barnett checks in. Hart tries a three. Hart hits a three.
That fourth quarter, Brian. That fourth quarter Knicks, man. It's something special.
Colorado tries a three.
Bang. 20-point lead. 17-point lead.
Beautiful pass inside.
Layup.
Pass it home. Shot clock winding down. Towns off the bounce. Step back.
Step back. 1-2.
That's good. Colorado and Brunson. And Anunoby.
Another three. Now it's only 11-point game.
You ever watch a game and see some stuff that can only be attributed to what it feels like?
Man, I really missed this game, bro. Fuck.
Fate. Despite the adjustments, despite the attention to detail or the effort, it just seems like there's an outcome that
all my parlays I put in that game missed,
destined to happen.
Still.
This was one of those games. After having one of the greatest offensive halves in playoff history, regardless of the looks the Spurs got, they struggled to get them to fall. And regardless of the looks the Knicks got, they couldn't seem to miss. And after another run from the Knicks, the Spurs lead is now cut to just 11 points. Now, some of this can be attributed to experience. Some of it can be attributed to focus and sticking to a game plan. And some of it is sheer luck. But when you're witnessing a professional basketball player doing a balancing act, tiptoeing the backcourt in the midst of a historic comeback before heaving the ball to the opposing team, one may begin to believe there's a greater force at work here. I am sitting at home on the other side of the country, and I can physically feel the Knicks' momentum
The
from my
other side of the
couch.
country? What
Coming
the fuck
back
is
down
that?
the court, the Knicks got the ball to Cat in the corner. But he's got Wemby on him, the defensive player of the year, one of the best defenders of all time. Surely, he doesn't just go right at him and get another bucket here.
Bounce fix, strides on Wemby, goes inside, stops.
Damn, Wemby?
Shot is good.
I thought Wemby was the best defender of all time. Come on, you gotta block that shit, Wemby. You 7'9".
Lead, now just 9
Cat's
points.
like 6'11".
Madison Square Garden is in mass hysteria. With a chance to swing the game back in their favor, the Spurs come back down the court. And considering their circumstance and what has occurred over the last 18
Bro, look at this shit. They really came back, bro.
minutes, do you think they A, work the ball around until they get a good look? B, feed the ball to their 7'5"
That's a good
alien
pass right there,
superstar
bro.
rolling to the basket? Or C, do the exact same thing that got him into this mess and take another early three-pointer?
They should have had Champagne in the corner so he can have to close out on the 3.
Fox picks up his dribble. Champagne can't get it.
If you said option C, you are correct. But look, the Spurs forced a turnover on the other end. They've got another chance to build this lead back up on the fast break. Any guesses as to what they will do on this crucial, potentially
Let me guess, they're gonna shoot another
momentum-swinging
3. They think of the Warriors, bro.
possession?
Castle may have gotten a piece of it. Fox
Another
kicks it
fucking
out to
3.
Sell, right side, 3.
Why do they keep shooting 3? I mean, niggas are up 9 with 5 minutes left to go. Slow the game down, get to the free throw line, build that lead, and play good defense. That's literally textbook 1-on-1. What are they trying to shoot 3s for?
Can't get it.
Just to not hit my fucking parlay anyways?
You can't make it up. Down on the other end, Jalen Brunson works his magic and makes a tough layup off the glass to shrink the lead to just 7. The Knicks are now on a 17-4 run against the youngest, most inexperienced finals team in league history. Now would probably be a good time to call a timeout.
Fox searching. Anunoby on him. Fox steps back, jump shot, puts it up. Can't
I don't
get
know
it.
why Fox think he's still in Sacramento, bro.
Nick Ball.
Give the ball
Or
to
not.
somebody
The
else.
Knicks come back down the other way
No
and
longer
immediately
89
set a screen
overall.
for Brunson.
More like
Why is
82,
Wemby guarding a
83.
6'0" Jose Alvarado 20 feet away from the basket? I don't know. But after the switch, he's now on Brunson. But now he's dropping back to play strong side help with Champagne in the corner. The Knicks swing the ball to the other wing, and there's Wemby right on time to help. And guarding this corner man is Champagne. But wait, he was supposed to be in the opposite corner, which means someone's open.
OG.
On a walk the bounce. Corner 3. Anunoby.
That's not the nigga you want to leave open. He
One
finally called a
possession
timeout,
game.
bro. That coach pissed me off, bro. He could have called a timeout so many times.
Mitch Johnson realizes he has the autonomy to call a timeout. Larry David is losing his mind, and the world is ending. Or at least it feels like it is, if you're a Spurs fan. But there's still hope. After trading a few buckets, the Spurs maintain their 4-point
Bro,
lead
imagine being
until
Jose
the-
Alvarado. He's from New York, bro. Have been such an underdog, and he in the finals being clutch and shit. Like,
There's about 2:20 left on the clock, and Jalen Brunson hit this 3 over Wemby.
Shot clock at 5. Brunson fires up a 3. Puts it in! 1-point game!
bro, that nigga Brunson finna be the greatest Knick of all time.
This building is shaking right now!
You
Oh
ever
my
seen a
goodness.
dagger that wasn't
Over
a game winner
Wemby.
or a go-ahead
I
bucket?
ain't seen nobody make that
Well, you
since
just
Curry.
did, because it is now just a 1-point game, and the Spurs are in a state of shock. How do I know this? Because on the very next possession, De'Aaron Fox, the team veteran, a starting point guard in the NBA Finals, did this.
Come on now, Karl-Anthony Towns. Fox throws it away!
After 2
What the
quarters
fuck,
of
Fox?
some of the most appalling basketball you've ever seen, this should have been the nail in the coffin for the Spurs and their hopes of winning this game.
Josh Hart, ahead of the pack, lays it up!
And Josh Hart is great. Josh Hart is some ass juice, bro.
But it wasn't. Miraculously,
Like hot, like you ain't showering in days and weeks.
Josh Hart missed this wide open layup
Juicy.
that would have put the Knicks up by 1. And despite their best efforts to lose it, the Spurs still have the lead. And on the very
Their
next
best effort to
possession,
lose?
Wemby gets fouled and sent to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
How you not make that damn layup though, bro?
Now, Wemby is an excellent free throw shooter with a career playoff free throw percentage of 85%.
pretty
He's
good.
also the future face of the NBA in a potential legacy-defining moment of his career. Under most circumstances, this trip to the line would put the Spurs up by 3 points. But this is far from most circumstances.
And got that up on the glass.
Wemby sold the game again, bro.
Footsteps behind him.
He's faking, bro. I thought he could be that nigga, Wemby. He gotta make at least one, nigga.
Missed both. The lead, still just 1 point. Or at least, it was.
It's 6, Castle on him now. Brunson, stutter dribble, drives inside, goes up, floaters up.
But that Brunson floater is literally unguardable, bro. Castle is 6'5", Brunson is like 6'1". And he's able to do like put that up with Wemby in the paint shit too.
Take the lead with 1:22 remaining.
For the first time throughout this entire game, the Knicks take the lead with just over a minute left on the clock. If this game ended right here, what you just witnessed is already the most improbable, most unbelievable sequence of events in the history of the finals. But somehow, despite there being just a minute 22 left on the clock, this game is far from over. Thanks to a pair of free throws from Stephon Castle, the Spurs regain a 1-point lead with just 30 seconds left on the clock. And on the very next possession, this happens.
Kicks it out in the corner.
They were cat like, I'm not shooting that shit. You shooting that shit, nigga.
Runs it on a drive, but floaters up. Shot won't go. Rebound deflected in the backcourt.
Fox
has a chance to get.
Pause it. NBA players are the best basketball players on the planet. In spite of this,
you see him right there though. It's not like he all the way back here with Jose at. You right here.
They still often make mistakes. And in the finals, these mistakes tend to live on in infamy. For every great career-defining
defensive
playoff
player,
moment,
like,
there
what the
are
fuck?
equally as many infamous blunders that stick with a player long after they retire.
That bro, J.R. Smith like, bro, he had Kyrie's on. It was tough, and LeBron had the LeBron's on. Bro, that was a crazy year, bro. That was a crazy year. He was wearing Kyrie's like when Kyrie left that year, I think. But anyways, bro, J.R. Smith, they was gonna lose that shit anyways. But Fox, y'all niggas had a chance. Now I gotta make a historic comeback.
Fox has it inside, blocked by Anunoby.
I think they're gonna do it, bro. I think they're gonna come back and 3-1 lead, win.
6 seconds remaining.
I hope they do so they can just drop LeBron.
With less than
Shit,
14 seconds on the clock, the Spurs were up by 1 with possession of the ball. De'Aaron Fox could have wasted time off the clock and forced the Knicks to foul. Could have called a timeout. He could have cleared it out.
OG is like black flash, bro.
Passed it to a teammate. Instead, he went up for a layup and got blocked, giving the Knicks one more chance to win this game. But of all the unlikely things to occur in this game to bring us to this point, converting on a bucket with less than 6 seconds on the clock, down 1, in the finals is about as unlikely as any. Dating back to 1997, the beginning of the play-by-play era, there have only been 6 go-ahead baskets in the finals with less than 6 seconds left in the game. All 6 of these buckets cemented as some of the most clutch, legacy-defining moments in modern NBA history. Even after their historic, unprecedented comeback, the Knicks...
Man, OG has been dunking all over Wemby this whole damn series, bro.
Still had to pull...
I did not think the Knicks was going to be able to keep up with the Spurs, bro. The way the Spurs played in the OKC series, bro. I just didn't think they was going to be able to keep up. But damn, look at these niggas, bro. Up 3-1.
Well, what has only happened 6 times in the last 30 years. What are the odds that they can pull it off? About as unlikely as everything that led them to this point.
Go flat for Jalen Brunson.
And then OG was the inbound man. And Fox... Like, and I seen this fucking thing. Let me share my shit too. I seen like a breakdown somewhere on the internet. The whole Spurs team was confused because this not the lineup they thought the Knicks was gonna have. I'm guessing they probably didn't think Samuel was gonna be in the game, I guess. I don't know what they was thinking. But Wemby wasn't supposed to be guarding Brunson. He was supposed to be in the paint. If Wemby was in that paint, OG doesn't get that tip. Spurs win. It's 2-2. Terrible coaching. Terrible like just young team. It's just a young team.
No good. The team. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Let's take the lead. OG Anunoby. And it's 107-106. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it. The greatest comeback in NBA playoff history. The Knicks pull
The greatest comeback in NBA playoff history, and I missed that shit because of fucking Amazon.
Miracle comeback and lead it 3 games to 1. Now 1 win away from a title.
And that, my friends, is the greatest comeback in NBA history.
Wow, man, that was a good ass video, Jimmy High Roller. Bro, that game was fucking crazy. But that was a movie, man. Shit, man. I think Spurs still gonna come back though. Who knows? It's still possible. Peace.